Hello, hope everybody's doing good this Sunday. I will be doing a video in a couple of days about the eclipse and the new moon, but today I really wanted to focus on something that's real important to me, which is self-care and things of the healing arts that are natural, and kind of share some of the things that have worked for me over the years and the results I've had from them. And I think that's part of what I want to do with the energetic universe. It's not just about astrology or tarot. It's also about whole body and, things that work to keep us working, so to speak. But a few years ago, I had a severe acute gallbladder attack that almost sent me to the emergency room to have it removed. And my friend who I was taking care of her dog was a nurse, and I said, please give me a couple of weeks to turn this around, and if it doesn't work, then I will take your advice and go where you tell me, because I have been treating myself for many years and haven't been to a doctor in probably almost 30 years. So I know that there are times we need them for broken bones, and they do play a role in our lives, and I've had family members who are nurses, and they're good nurses. So what I did was I did some research, and I came up with this Peruvian herb called Chancapidra. I did a lot of research, and I found the best form for me, which was capsule or pill. You can also get it in liquid form, or you can do it in a tea, but I found the most potent for me were the capsules, the pills. And this is what I've been taking for many years, on and off. I'll take it for quite some time, and then I'll let my body rest, and then if I feel that ping in my gallbladder area, I know it's time to start taking this again. I listen to what my body tells me. Okay, and I think that that's key to keeping ourselves as well as we can, is to listen to what our bodies are telling us. So this Chancapidra that I've been using, this Peruvian, is called Stonebreaker, and I'll put all of these links in the description when I post this video. But I was yellow, I was becoming septic, I lost like 20 pounds in not even a week. I became, my eyes were yellow. I was so sick, and I still kept working. I walked dogs. I would lay down in the grass and cry and throw up, and I was just in misery and pain. So I wanted to turn this around, because I knew that I caused this my own self with some of my actions, some of the things that I should and should not eat, shouldn't eat. And I've had a weak gallbladder for quite some time, and a lot of people do have a weak gallbladder. And the gallbladder is where we store anger. That is the number one thing. And I did learn all this when I was taking my reiki classes and Ayurvedic healing, was that the gallbladder takes on most of our anger, and why so many people have gallbladder issues, especially women, that don't express their anger. They just internalize it. So anger can get trapped in the gallbladder, and that energy can manifest into stones and to just tearing down the gallbladder. It also can affect the pancreas and the spleen. The spleen holds a lot of anger as well. Our organs they absorb. So whatever you internalize, the internal organs, our liver, our gallbladder, our spleen, our pancreas, lungs, all of these things can develop stones, hardened stones, from anger and from, just not eating correctly as well. But as a Reiki master, I know that I work on a lot of people with gallbladder issues, so I work to release the anger that can be stored in the gallbladder. So I worked on myself using frequencies. I'm a huge believer in frequencies. I use them every single day. I started listening to frequencies through headphones, and I started taking this Chancapidra I would take it in the morning. I would take it's recommended 2 pills a day, but I knew that I had to hurry and work on my gallbladder to get rid of the stones, to at least crush them, and that's what this product does. It liquefies these stones, and then you have to get rid of the sludge that may be left over. And I'll tell you what you can do with that. But Chankapidra, I would get up in the morning, first thing, and before eating anything, at least an hour before breakfast, I would take my dose of Chankapidra with water, and then usually I would have some tea to follow it, because that the warmth of the liquid, the warmth of the tea, like a green tea or a milk thistle, helps activate the Chankapidra as well. And you can also take it with selenium. You know, selenium can help you absorb anything just about in the system. I take selenium with every day with my vitamins, and you can use it with detox as well. But I was doing this, and I hit it really hard. I did double doses, morning, lunch, and dinner, and I started breaking down those stones. But I also used cold pressed apple juice or apple cider. It was very expensive. I would buy it at Whole Foods, and I would drink about a gallon every 2 days, and I hit that for about a week. And what that does is the pectin in the apple, which is what also the seeds cause, have arsenic, which is why they tell you not to give children, certain thing, apple juice, or under a certain age you have to be careful of the arsenic levels. But arsenic can also work in the body to help you when it's in the right dose. And so the apple pectin in the pectin in the apple juice worked with the Chankapidra, and within a week I knew I could feel things moving around in me. And then I did the protocol after 7 days. I did the protocol where you do the to flush it all out and get rid of the stones. I did the protocol where you take you eat your last meal at 5 o'clock, and weekend is best because you don't want to be out there and having to be close to a bathroom, because it's going to flush you out. So I did the protocol where you take the Epsom salt, food grade Epsom salt, at 6 o'clock, 1 tablespoon in some filtered water. And then I did it again at 2 hours later at 8 o'clock, another tablespoon of the Epsom salt, food grade, in water. And you start to get cramps, and your bile ducts will start to open. That's what the Epsom salt does, the food grade. It opens up the bile ducts. And then you take your lemon mixture with olive oil, and I did a whole lemon, and I put it in a blender with a half a cup of olive oil, and I blended that up real good. I did add a little bit of water, and then I sifted out the skin and everything to just have the liquid. And at 10 o'clock, I drank that. And it doesn't taste bad, believe it or not. Lemon juice with olive oil froths up, and it doesn't taste bad at all. It's actually quite good. It's very lemony. But I drank that at 10 o'clock, and I went to bed, straight to bed. And I laid on my right side, and I could feel the stuff working through my system. I felt it going through my organs, and I felt almost like these little tap, 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 like marbles going through my intestines. And by the next morning, you're ready to hit the loo, and you will expel quite a few stones and broken down sludge. So I did that, and then I did another week of the Chankapidra, and then that Epsom salt protocol again, and I completely cleared myself of stones. And I knew, I could tell my body was free of them. I didn't feel them anymore. I wasn't sick anymore. I felt better than I'd ever felt in a very long time. I'd probably been quite sick from the gallbladder going bad, and I had processed a lot of anger after my father's death that I didn't process it. I just internalized. So I know that between that and my bad eating habits at the time, that I did not help myself. And this gave me kind of a fresh start. and I felt really good after that. And I did add back in cheese and things into my diet. And if I start to even feel a ping in my gallbladder, I just take 2 of these in the morning. I start doing that for about 30 days, and I can feel things flushing out. This will also break down in your for kidney stones or liver stones. This is a great product. It's been around since the beginning of time, probably. And in Peru and those Indian villages, they've been using this for hundreds of years to break up stones in the gallbladder, and the kidneys, and the liver. So this is a great product. I'm not sure how it looks to you. It might look like I'm looking at it backwards, but I will add this in the link when I finish the video. So this is one product that I 100% have believed in. There's several different brands of Chancapidra, but this is the one that I've been taking probably for about 6 years now. And I found it's inexpensive compared to some of these high-priced stone breakers that you'll find at Sprouts. This is the real deal. And I tried many things, but this is the real deal for a really good price. I'm just going to tell you right now. Also, one of my favorite go-tos is quercetin with bromelain. I do MS-150 every year, which is long-distance cycling. And one year, about 16, maybe 17 years ago, I was with my team, and that year we had the ligustrum here in Texas was blooming, and I was having a reaction to it. I grew up with asthma when I was a kid, and then I outgrew it. So that may trigger when you get older sometimes. Certain things can trigger when your immune system is not, when it's not as healthy as it should be. But we were out on the ride the first day. We got to the park, and I could not breathe. I had to have someone bring me a inhaler, an asthma inhaler, which I hadn't had to do in years because I couldn't breathe. And it was the ligustrum, that sweet smelling flower, and I could smell it, and it was just, I couldn't breathe. Also, a lot of times people, when the pollen's real heavy, you can't breathe. It's horrible. It affects you, and you may find yourself going and getting antihistamines, or taking over-the-counter things. But this quercetin with bromelain, I started taking this. I read about quercetin on the Livestrong site back when Livestrong was still going strong, and we would do the bike rides with the Livestrong with Lance Armstrong. And one of the products that they had on their site had quercetin. So I did a deep dive into quercetin, and I was so amazed at what I found about the product. And virtually no side effects, except you can do quercetin by itself. This has bromelain, and bromelain is made from pineapple stems. So if you are allergic to pineapple, you don't want to do quercetin with bromelain. You'll want to just do 100% pure quercetin, okay? And you can buy it that way. I like the bromelain because it's a natural detoxer. So it helps things to go through the system. But quercetin is a natural antihistamine. I've never seen anything better ever. I'm not gonna lie. My sister even takes it, and she said she had no issues when she went to Telluride, which is way up there, high up in the mountains. But this saved me. I started taking this, and within just a few days, I noticed a huge difference. I talked about this for years to everybody, and I did get some people turned on to it in my cycling community who were shocked at how good they felt when they took this product, because it's an antihistamine, and what it does is it dries up the internal mucus, that mucus that is causing the inflammation that we get sometimes from pollen and just airborne things that cause us to have an allergic reaction. Also, you start taking this. I wasn't able to eat peanut butter for a long time, and all of a sudden, after I was taking this for about a few months, and this was 17 years ago, I started eating peanut butter. I didn't have any issues with strawberries anymore. Sometimes watermelon would make my my tongue go numb, none of that. This really is a great product. I recommend this to anybody who has any kind of allergy issues. It's not that expensive, and this is all organic from Doublewood. I love that company, Doublewood. I'm just going to say this is all natural, and instead of taking all these over-the-counter, antihistamines and big pharma antihistamines, this is all natural, and it works. It works really fast too. What I did was I started taking double doses in the beginning, once again in the morning before you eat anything. I took this with water, and I would do 4. It tells you to take 2. I take 2 a day now, but when I was having the acute asthma attacks, I would take 4 in the morning and then 4 before going to bed with water. And then once it got into my system, 2 in the morning, no problems. I've been taking this for that many years. It works. My sister takes it too, and she loves it. My mother is now taking it because it does work. It works to help dry up all that mucus and help you with the inflammation issues of upper respiratory. It helps tremendously with upper respiratory allergy-related issues. Okay, but I found that it helped me also with like topical, like I said, with peanut butter and strawberry sometimes will make me itch. I felt like it helped me with the topical as well. Okay, so my third product that I really love, and I've just fell in love with it. I've been taking it now for about 9 months, and I used to be a member of a different podcast, or I was a subscriber to a different channel on YouTube, and sometimes this YouTube producer would allow people to come on and just do a 30-second commercial. And this guy came on. I'd been looking into Shilajit for a long time. Shilajit is something I had done research about. It's an adaptogen. And, there's a lot of bad products out there that actually are more toxic than, that you don't want to take. You got to know what you're taking. And so the Shilajit, and it's Shilajit. This Shilajit is from Colorado, and what I love about this product, it's a little more expensive than some of the gummies or things you'll get online, but you can go to his website, and he's got videos that show how it's made and where it's from and how they resource it. Because the owner of the company, he and the scientist and the doctor go out and they harvest themselves in Colorado in the mountains. And he was a professional cyclist, and he created this product for high altitude. But I started taking it, and I said we need to rename this because it's not just for high altitude. This works on. Well, actually, the Air Max is for high altitude. The Shilajit, this product, the liquid one that I take, this is the 2 times. He's got several different ones on his website, but I started with the lowest dose, and then I kind of moved up once my body really reacted very well to it. And the reason I knew my body was reacting very well is that it virtually within a month cleared up my leaky gut. I was astounded. I called the guy that owns the company thinking I was going to get a recording, and he answered the phone, and we ended up having an hour-long conversation. And I told him I just had to reach out because I couldn't believe the results I had gotten from using this. And I wasn't even using it for that. I was using it as a detoxer and to also work to get rid of heavy metals, which that has a lot to do with the leaky gut as well. There's a lot of toxins and metals and plastics in food, in water, and things like that you don't even think about. So, that all contributes to leaky gut and stress and, PTSD from the last few years of trauma that we've all been under. So there's a lot of things that cause leaky gut. But the Colorado Shilajit company, when I called and had a long conversation with him, he sent me some samples because he knew I did long distance cycling. He sent me some samples of a product called Max Air. Now, this is different than the Shilajit. This is specifically for people that are going to be doing like running, cycling, and you're going to be doing like extreme, like we do for MS 150, 2 days of 180 miles of riding, or if you're doing marathons, you start taking this a couple of days. Actually, I would do for a week, and I think that's what he told me. I did it for a week before. You start taking this in the morning and the evening, a week before your activity. What it does is it gets rid of all the mucus in your lungs and in you that cause you to have issues not being able to breathe properly. Okay, and it was created for high altitude, but it works amazingly well when I did it here for having the high humidity that we have. And I started talking to him about this. We need to research, because here we have high humidity. We're flatlanders. So I told him, I said, I think there's something to this, because on days that are 100% humidity and heat, the mucus that's in your lungs can just stifle you, and you cannot breathe, and you may be gasping for air when you're barely trying to walk to your car. So I would take this before a ride, or before the marathon, the half marathon, the run. I told my cousins about this. I couldn't believe how well this worked and how fast it works. And you don't have to take this all the time. You really don't. The Shilajit I do take all the time. I take it every day because it does detox the heavy metals, and it also helps with leaky gut and having energy. But this Air Max, you could take. I'm gonna show it to all the bike shops. I'm gonna take samples to people that are athletic and get ready for a run or a bike race or a marathon or triathlon, swimming. This helped me with swimming. I was having issues when I got back to swimming. I couldn't get enough air. I couldn't get enough breath. I noticed a difference when I took this. I noticed a difference that I could swim harder, and all of a sudden I'm able to swim 72 laps instead of just 20. Okay, so I know for a fact this works, because you all know that I'm a very active person. I'm outside all the time. I'm cycling. I'm walking dogs. I'm swimming, doing Zumba. I do it all. This stuff works. Okay, and it is different than quercetin, but you can take these together. So when I was taking this, I just took one quercetin and then one of these, because I felt like they kind of work in a synergetic way with each other. But I had great results with that, with the Air Max altitude capsules. But he's rebranding it because I told him he really needed to, because I've been telling everybody I can about it. And the Shilajit. Shilajit is, like I said, it's an adaptogen, and it's an amazing product, and it's harvested in the Himalayas. It's harvested, Colorado has it, way up there in high altitude. And what it is, it's the decomposed matter of earth, leaves, just from years and years and years of decomposition, just like mushrooms are considered an adaptogen. And you know how that big craze about mushrooms really, the mushroom coffee and stuff. Well, this is an adaptogen as well. So it's considered an adaptogen. Anyway, so those are the products that I constantly take, and I swear by them. And I just wanted to share them with you. This video is a little lengthier than what I normally do, but it'd be hard to cram the information into just 15 minutes. But I also listen to frequencies every day. I've been talking about frequencies for, oh my gosh, at least 12 years. And, I know it fell on a lot of deaf ears, and now we're seeing the results of listening to Rife and solfeggio with tuning forks. And when I went to do my Reiki certification classes, I had to study the meridians in the body and pressure points, and I learned a lot just from I was taking Ayurvedic Animal Wellness classes online, and so I've learned a lot of things about the body and the system and how it reacts to what we say, frequency, and and supplements. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I want to do more videos like this. So you can tell me in the comments if you like it or if you don't. But I will be doing also a video about the upcoming eclipse, because I incorporate all that into what I do for myself every day. I use my psychic energy. I use the energy of the products that I know work for me. I know that they have an energy on them. I use frequency sound. I use my tuning forks. I do the Ho'oponopono, which is the Hawaiian prayer. And I'll tell you how, give you this real fast. The other day, I was walking dogs and I was feeling a little bit nauseated for some reason. Maybe it's because of the heat and the humidity, but I was walking along, and then I remembered that I had taken a bunch of, I'd taken my multivitamin on an empty stomach, which kind of made me nauseated. We all know we shouldn't do that. It can cause the multi, because it's got so many things in it, and it's the zinc that causes me to feel kind of nauseated. You know, and so if I eat, the zinc doesn't cause me any nausea, but it does for a lot of people. But I was walking dogs and I was like, oh my goodness. So I started doing the Ho'oponopono, which is, I told my liver, which was having to process all the heavy things I just put in there with no food and probably not enough water. I just told my liver the Ho'oponopono prayer, which is, I am sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. And I was touching the area where the liver is, and I had my hand on my heart, and I just said, you know, to my organs, I love you, and I'm sorry. Please forgive me for giving you all of that, you know, without thinking that you needed food first. And I just said that. I said, you know, the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you, and thank you. And within just a few minutes, it responded. I was not nauseated anymore because my organs were listening to the love that I was sending to them, and I was sincere when I told them I was sorry. So anyway, that's just a little information from me and my Reiki and my holistic approach to taking care of myself in the body, mind, and soul. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you if you stuck around to listen to this whole thing. Namaste. I love you all so very much.